Welcome back, everyone. Today's video we're going to talk about my 1927 Ford Sprint car. It's kind of a long story, so let's jump into it. The story starts in about February of 2023, where Dad sent me these pictures of this old rundown car up near Blackwell, Oklahoma. We loaded it up, got it home, started looking it over in the daylight, kind of put the old hood back on it, and got to see kind of what we was working with. And it needed a lot of work. Just about all the wood that was in it had rotted out. The floorboards weren't the greatest, so I started taking it apart. The first step was making a new wooden seat and getting it test fit in the car to see how everything was going to fit together. With the seat removed, I was able to clean up some things, get it ready for its final test fit, and it fit really good. Next, instead of going with the metal floorboards, I went with wood, because I just figured it looked a little bit better. Found a nice stain at my local hardware store, and they turned out really good. With everything fit up and put in, I just had to see how it was going to look. Knowing good and well the seat was going to have to come back out just for final assembly. The last little bit of woodwork was the door. The wood that was inside the original door was rotted out and needed to be replaced. Now I was ready for seat cushions. With foam and backboards and some fabric, I was able to lay out the new seat and had a good friend of mine sew it up for me. I was going for that classic 20s look, and I think it knocked it out of the park. All that was left to do was put it in the car. With all that done, next step it was time for a hood. And the old hood was junk, so I had to make a new one. Since I didn't have a roller readily available, but I did have a metal brake. And about every inch, I put a small brake to make the radius of what the hood was supposed to be, as you can see here. With the two halves kind of fit together, it was time to cut the notches, that way they would lay in together over one central rod. And I think it turned out pretty good. I was able to acquire a 1927 Model T chassis from a friend. After some work, it was ready to get the body ready for the chassis. The body still had a few pieces I needed to remove, that way it would fit the chassis really well. With the body and chassis together, it was time to start adding suspension pieces. So I found an accurate way, a period correct way to lower a Model T, and using a mock-up axle, I was able to get it set just about where I wanted it. Then I was ready for a firewall. I then took two leather belts and made my hood straps. I cut down a Model A steering column and to fit the modern sprint car steering wheel in quick disconnect. That way I can have my steering out the side, similar to a modern sprint car. I was then ready for a motor. With making a quick motor mount, I decided to go with a Predator 212 engine, just because I didn't have Model A money. With the Model A front wheels on it, I was able to put the front end on the ground, and now I got to see about where the ride height was going to be. Then, just like any race car, it was time for a number. I then started working on the rear suspension and axle. While waiting on parts for the rear axle, I finished up the steering linkage and created this drag link. After completing the rear hubs, the car got to see daylight for the first time. I still have a long ways to go from this point here. After a few glory shots, it was time to get back to work. I started taking on the exhaust. After a good coat of black paint, it was time to fit the exhaust to the car. After I got the exhaust fit just how I wanted it to the car, I went ahead and permanently mounted it. About that time, my parts came in, I was able to put on the sprocket and brakes. I then pushed outside and got to drive it for the first time. I quickly learned that the 212 was just not enough motor for this heavy of a car, and a bigger engine was needed. So back to Harbor Freight we went, and we picked up the 420 Predator. The 420cc Predator was the perfect engine to put in the car, as it had plenty of power for what I needed. But I found my next weakest link, which, no pun intended, was the chain itself. After breaking the chain several times, it's time to upgrade that now. Before the chain failed, I was able to reach a blistering speed of 36 miles an hour, which is way faster than you'd want to be going in a car like this. As always, I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, give the video a like. And if you'd like to see more of the 27 Sprint car, leave a comment down below. Here in the next few weeks, I plan on ordering the new pieces that I need to fix it, chain and a couple of sprockets, and hopefully I'll have it going again here shortly. So if you like it, I'll video some more on it, or maybe do a more look over and in-depth of the way it sits right now. Once again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.